Welcome back to another 2 Minute Tuesday. Let's roll the intro. This 2 Minute Tuesday is about an additive that's been around as long as NutraBase has. It's the Kajauza range. It's an additive that has been used to amazing effect. A lot of people don't know what it is, how to use it, or even how to pronounce the name. So today's look, as I said, is the Kajauza range from NutraBase. So, Kajauzas, what are they? Well, one of the holy grails of carp fishing is to find an additive that stimulates fish to feed. We already know that amino acids do just that. They trigger a food feeding response. There are actually some other products on the market that also elicit the same sort of response in maybe a slightly different manner. Now, the great thing about these products is they can be matched to your base mix and they can be matched to your flavor. So basically we have four in a range. We have cream, we have spice, we have fruit, and we have sweet. Most products in carp fishing have all come from the animal feed industry in some guise, whether it's aquaculture area or main farming areas. The genesis of these Kajauzas actually comes from the feed industry for animals, and they were designed to stimulate a feeding response in the animals, especially for sick animals where they need them to grow and become strong again. This would actually stimulate them to feed. So when NutraBase got their hands on the Kajauza range, they immediately got to field testing it to see if it would actually transfer over into the fish arena. And as per usual, a lot of the animal foods and feeds and stimulants actually do work in the aquaculture industry, and in fact there's a massive crossover between the two industries. It became an immediate success within the bait ranges it was used in, and they're really good in any sort of base mix, whether it be fish meal, nut, milk protein or bird food. So being a liquid additive, these can actually be put into, as I said, any base mix. There are certain levels that you have to adhere to. They're super potent. The way they work is, as I said, they actually stimulate fish to feed. So the recommended dosage for the Kajauza range is anything up to 6 ml. If you want, you can use the Kajauza range as a standalone flavour, or you can combine it with one of the EA or the nature identical flavours that we produce at NutraBase. If you're using it as a standalone flavour, 6 ml per 500 grams is about right. If you're going to start blending, then you need to drop it down to 1 to 2 ml, maybe 3 ml tops. Cream Kajauza, simply the most awesome Kajauza I've ever used. It's my go-to Kajauza. I absolutely love cream Kajauza. There is nothing it can't be blended with. It can be used in any base mix. It works so well in the fish meals. It is a brilliant additive to blend a flavour. It just puts a whole new edge on fruits. This actually works brilliant with the fish flavours as well. Sort of jack of all trades here. It can go with anything, any base mix, any flavour, and it just gives it such an amazing smell. Spice Kajauza. The minute you take the lid off, you know it's going to catch carp. It's certainly going to rock a bait for winter use. This is a huge seller across Europe. Why? Because a lot of the continental anglers like to boost up their baits with Spice Kajauza because the catfish, they don't really like it, and it seems to deter them a little bit. Spice Kajauza is very potent. Absolutely an amazing product. The minute you take the lid off and smell it, you just get all of those lovely smells that you know carp are going to just adore. Fruit Kajauza. For unknown reasons, this is one of the sort of slower sellers of the Kajauza range. This Fruit Kajauza, the minute you open it, you get that blast of fruits. It's one of the ones that have been kept on the secret list by an awful lot of team anglers, especially when it's mixed with fennel oil. Then they're not going to thank me for telling you this, and has caught a staggering amount of big fish. So if you're looking for something a bit different, definitely try out the Fruit Kajauza. And last but not least, the old Sweet Kajauza. Now, Sweet Kajauza, as you'd imagine, excels in bird foods. It's where it really, really comes alive. You can ditch having an actual sweetener, put this one in and it will act like a sweetener, but you're getting all the goodness of the actual triggers and stimulants that the Kajauza range are famous for. Another little tip that has come about over the last couple of seasons is how many people are using this as a dip for zig rigs. And they take their zigs, they can leave the actual foam soaking in a pot in the Sweet Kajauza for months. When it's wanged out into the lake, the carp are finding it very hard to resist. So we've talked about the Kajauser range here today. They are absolute winners. If you've not used them, you need to get on them. We have actually just talked about them being in your base mix, but don't forget the Kajauser range are so flexible that you can actually use them in your stick mixes, in carpet feeds, particles, as a dip, as a glug. This is Jerry. This is 2 Minute Tuesday. Another one in the bag. And do you know what? We'll catch you in the next one.